It would appear that there's a new breed of motorhome in town, one that doesn't just provide holiday accommodation for a good-sized family, but also one that serves as a viable second family car. And this latest model from Adria, the Compact SP, would appear to be a very good example of the breed. It may have a 5-seater lounge, a good-sized kitchen, a proper washroom, and even a transverse fixed double bed over a large garage, but it's still less than 6 meters long, and it's barely over 2 meters wide. It's a good looking thing too. With the anniversary pack fitted, you get this glossy black trim, daytime running lights, and even reverse park sensors. The question is, does it stack up as a proper family motorhome in its own right? There's only one way to find out. You enter the Coral SP straight into its only lounge area, and straight away first impressions are almost entirely favourable. In actual fact, this whole interior is brand new for 2016, and Adria has clearly gone to extraordinary lengths to ensure that this whole area feels as welcoming and, crucially, spacious as is humanly possible. For one thing, these new locker doors are concave to further add to the illusion of space, and there's precious little in the way of bulkhead intrusion in here. Furthermore, there's an absolute superabundance of lighting in here, both natural and electric. By day, you have this fully opening panoramic roof light, a crank opening roof light further back, and even this side window is backlit. Most of these halogens are touch sensitive too. Impressively too, this half-dinette seating area can be specified with an optional ISOFIX child seat mounting point. That may not be brand new in this industry, but it's certainly a very good idea. In truth, you can't really expect a motorhome of this size to have a king-sized kitchen, and that's certainly the case here. At first glance, this worktop space seems a bit meagre, and we'd certainly expect some sort of extension flap somewhere hereabouts. However, on pretty much every other level, this kitchen really does tick an awful lot of boxes. This 3-burner spark ignition hob, for instance, is very cleverly designed. It's actually one unit in conjunction with the adjacent sink, so any saucepan overflow here is drained away almost immediately. And I really do like the way this flat-fronted black fridge blends in seamlessly with these enormous cupboards alongside. Speaking of locker space, it's worth mentioning that these roof lockers are pretty spacious in their own right too. It's worth mentioning the wardrobe space in this motorhome. It's actually very good indeed. There are 2 of them in fact. One is under the rear bed and can be accessed either via a front door or by lifting up the bed base. The second one is rather better hidden. It's right up front in the main lounge area and is hidden behind the 5th jump seat. It's not particularly huge in there, but there's room aplenty for hanging shirts, trousers, suits and dresses. And that brings us neatly onto the washroom, which lives behind this door here. Traditionally in motorhomes of this type, the main washroom is a bit of a compromise, with everything crammed into one space. But this one is pretty good. The shower isn't entirely separate, but these pull-round doors do give you separate showering space within the one room. And there's good storage in there for all those bottles we always seem to take in there. And if you're wondering why there's a fitted tap in there but no wash basin, then wonder no longer. There's a little secret in there. Then of course there's this huge space underneath the rear bed. This really is its pièce de résistance and seems custom made for storing bikes. There's grippy floor and some lashing points, not to mention a blown air vent for keeping those saddles toasty warm in the winter. Sadly, there are no prizes for guessing where this motorhome's main sleeping accommodation lives. Clearly, it's out back over the garage, and it's pretty good. This mattress is as close to an oblong shape as you're ever likely to see in a motorhome of this size, and it's very well appointed in here. There's a padded headboard, a couple of reading lights, a crank opening roof light, and it's good to see that the main window in here is sited at the feet end of the bed, not at the head end. It's nice to see a proper sprung base too. And if you're wondering how on earth you're supposed to reach this fairly high-set bed, then don't worry. These substantial fold-out steps are all you need. To sum up then, it seems fairly obvious that this 2016 Adria Compact is a very good example of a new and very exciting breed of motorhome. At a whisker under £45,000, you could hardly call it cheap. But this is a motorhome you could feasibly use every day as a second car. Viewed in that light, suddenly the figures seem to stack up. Factor in the very good looks and the excellent base vehicle, it seems to me that Adria has a proper little winner on its hands here.